In August 2025, a significant, if tentative, shift took place in the ongoing saga of Iran's nuclear program. For the first time since Tehran suspended cooperation following a series of Israeli and U.S. airstrikes on its nuclear facilities in June, inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency, commonly known as the IAEA, were permitted to return to Iran. Their mission: to oversee the refueling of the Bushehr nuclear power plant, a facility that has long been under international scrutiny. This return marks a notable development in a period marked by heightened tensions, uncertainty, and intense diplomatic maneuvering. Yet, Iran's decision to allow inspectors back in is far from a full restoration of cooperation. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi was quick to clarify that this move does not signal a comprehensive reopening of Iran's nuclear sites to international oversight. No final agreement has been reached on a new framework for inspections, meaning that many questions remain unanswered. The world, and especially Iran's critics, are watching closely, wary of what might happen next. The backdrop to these events is one of escalating friction. The European powers, Britain, France, and Germany, collectively known as the E3, have grown increasingly vocal about their concerns. They have warned that unless Iran restores full cooperation with the IAEA by October 18th, they are prepared to trigger the so-called snapback mechanism contained within the 2015 nuclear deal. This mechanism would reimpose stringent United Nations sanctions on Iran, a move that would have far-reaching implications for the country's economy and its position on the world stage. What drives this anxiety is not just the lack of inspections, but the alarming technical details emerging from Iran's nuclear program. Iran's uranium enrichment levels have reached 60% purity, dangerously close to the threshold required for weapons-grade material. Moreover, there remains a troubling lack of clarity regarding the fate of more than 400 kilograms of enriched uranium. The whereabouts and intended use of this material are unknown, fueling suspicions and deepening mistrust among the international community. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis have been unrelenting, but so far unsuccessful. Recent talks in Geneva between Iranian officials and the E3 concluded without a breakthrough. Iran continues to reject direct negotiations with the United States, perceiving such talks as an unacceptable demand for surrender. This stance was reinforced by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has categorically ruled out any direct engagement with Washington, further complicating the prospects for progress. Against this complex backdrop, the return of IAEA inspectors to the Bushehr plant is both a hopeful sign and a stark reminder of just how fragile the situation remains. It is a small step toward transparency, yet falls short of the comprehensive oversight that many in the international community demand. The coming weeks are likely to be decisive. Should Iran fail to restore full cooperation by the October deadline, the E3's decision to initiate the snapback process could trigger a new wave of sanctions and intensify regional instability. The world is watching Iran's next moves with a mixture of hope and an apprehension. The stakes could hardly be higher: regional security, non-proliferation, and the prospect of renewed international conflict all hang in the balance. Will Iran take further steps toward openness and negotiation, or will it retreat into isolation and defiance? As inspectors return to Bushehr, the answer remains uncertain, and the outcome will shape the future of the Middle East and the broader international order for years to come.